Hello there, Cancer, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We've got your money and career reading here for December of 2024. In the month of December, the first half, very important to remember, we do have Mercury in retrograde. So this is a great time to reassess, rethink, reevaluate, make some plans, write some things down, take a slower approach at something, okay? Mercury retrograde, of course, is notorious for miscommunication and for technology snafus, so we don't really want that. So, it may not necessarily be the best time for the first half of the month to make any big decisions, but if you do have to, because life goes on, if you do have to, just make sure that you double and triple check everything, especially if you're signing any contracts or anything like that. But as of the 15th, I just moved the camera. As of the 15th, Mercury does turn direct in the sign of Sagittarius, so some of you could actually be stepping into a little bit of luck. Sagittarian energy does tend to be a little bit lucky. It's ruled by Jupiter. Good luck, good fortune, expansion, growth, abundance, and also big picture stuff. But Sagittarian energy is also fun and very lively and very inspirational. So, but it's freedom seeking as well. So whatever you've been thinking about or contemplating for the first half of December, this is where you might make some decisions to set yourself free from something and do something fun, do something exciting, or make some change. And this does coincide with the full moon in the sign of Gemini. So Mercury going direct, Mercury rules Gemini, and with this full moon, this can bring in clarity on something, a massive epiphany moment on something. It can also bring something to fruition for you. So look back to wherever you were, whatever intentions you were setting at the new moon in Gemini 6 months ago. And this can certainly be a hint for you as to whatever might be coming to fruition or coming to an end. It is a full moon at this time. All right. But this is where conversations can be very productive and where maybe you even meet new people. And of course, which is really a positive thing considering that's lining up just a couple of weeks before we've got Christmas going on, we've got Hanukkah going on, we've got all kinds of celebrations. The 21st of December, the sun enters Capricorn, so we're in Capricorn season. This is really great for goal setting and for your career, right? Capricorn, very career oriented in that regard. But it's also winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, and it's a time of feast. It's a time of celebration. Why? Because back in the days of yore, this was the turning point, and then they see a light at the end of the tunnel. It might be the shortest day, but days start to get longer from that. So they did used to celebrate with quite the feast, and this is Yule, of course, and deck the halls and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's the start of right in the middle there of the holiday season, and this can be filled with love and laughter and possibilities and gifts and things like that as well. So it can be really quite wonderful. We do have a new moon in Capricorn on the 30th. So this is coinciding pretty much with the new year. So new moons, of course, start something new, try something new, head off in a new direction, turn over a new leaf, set intentions, right? Set intentions, New Year's resolutions. And, this is where you can really look into the new year ahead with a fresh set of eyes. One day to be just really aware of, though, is December 24th. Okay, so it is Christmas Eve that day, and we do have a recurring planetary aspect. We've got Jupiter in Gemini, which can be really, really interesting and really thought-provoking and really chatty and all that kind of stuff. But there is a square to Saturn in Pisces. Saturn, is like a reality check. It's very heavy, a little bit down to earth. Pisces is very, psychic, very romantic, but also, this energy can be a little bit illusionary. But this square does bring about a little bit of tension. So it could be with family, with friends. It could be something that maybe just kind of goes a little bit sideways that day. So, really just be aware that day there could be some heightened energies, which is not really uncommon necessarily if you're spending time with friends and family. But it could be something around your workplace. as well, though, right? So just be aware of that day and try and take a step back and step away from any drama or tension. We've got Between Worlds here for you, card number 3. And threes, of course, do represent creativity, is related back to the Empress card. So new beginnings, creative energy, abundance, and also self-love, self-care. So in this holiday season, you might be, you might typically always spend some money on other people, but you're being encouraged to take care of yourself as well. So do something nice for yourself. Spend a little bit of money on yourself. But Between Worlds is a transitionary energy. You're not quite out of one situation, the gray, and you're not quite into the next situation or the next stage of a situation, right? And that's the colored side. It's like one foot in on either side. So it may be that there's something that you're looking to change or some changes that you're working on, and you're still kind of making the progress that you are wanting to make. And so this is a sign of encouragement for you, right? Because you're on the right track. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be right now, but you're very much on your way. Okay, just really be honest with yourself about what might be holding you back or what might be kind of, drawing you back into something that you're trying to get away from. All right. The Between Worlds can also represent that you're maybe a little bit back and forth on something. And this can certainly be, are you happy in your career path? Are you making enough money? And sometimes what that can be is we're a little bit back and forth. And, if you're in a job that you like, but maybe you just can't survive on the money that you're making, and it can be a tug, right? It can be that little back and forth. So, but we are encouraged with the Between Worlds energy to look to the future, look to tomorrow, okay? And do you need help getting out of your comfort zone? Do you need to recognize that maybe opportunity lies outside of your comfort zone, right? That's where your opportunity lies. We do sometimes need to face our fears, right? Or we do sometimes need a little bit of clarity and to make a decision. So this can certainly be around the first couple of weeks of December when Mercury is in retrograde, that you are kind of trying to make some decisions or figuring out what your next steps should be. And so this is that reminder to just be aware, be open, and take your time, okay? Because you are headed in a right direction. We have Imagine energy coming in here as well. And I love the Imagine card. If you can imagine it, if you can envision it, you can create it. This is where you can maybe see a vision in your mind's eye. This is where I want to be in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, right? You can see it just like a movie in your head, or you're dreaming about it, right? And so you're being encouraged to follow your dreams, right? You're being encouraged to use your imagination even as well. And, sometimes, there's a lot of things that we want to do around this time, right? It can be hard on the wallet at this time of year for some people. And so when we're in that energy, you might need to get really creative with your money as December goes along. Maybe you even use your imagination and make some gifts for people as well, right? That's kind of how I got into, I make candles and room sprays and all that kind of stuff. And I never, many, many years ago, I never thought of myself as a creative person, but actually I very much am creative. And so, sometimes those things I also do, I used to do custom cakes and fancy things like that and whatever. But now it's, there's so many people that appreciate the homemade stuff, right? And so, I'll give like candles and cookies and things like that, right? So, but it's a great way to help your dollar stretch. And, people do, it's the thought, it's made with love and all that kind of stuff. So you might need to get a little imaginative, a little creative with your money, to make it go a little bit further. But that's not necessarily always a bad thing, right? Because then why? Because maybe you're not in debt after the holiday season, like some people might be. But you may, of course, really need to open your eyes to something here as well. Okay. And there could be some sort of epiphany moment or something like that you have. So follow your instincts, follow your intuition there, because it could be leading you to something very interesting. But it is a very creative time for you guys as well. So let's get some more cards and see what other messages are coming out for you. All right. And we have Father Christmas coming out there, and Father Christmas out of this deck is the Hermit card. All right. We also have the Magus, which is the Magician. There you go. Very lovely. And we have the Chariot card coming out for you. Woo, man, 3 heavy hitters all in the row for you guys. Okay, so we start with the Hermit. And the Hermit, Father Christmas out of this deck. This is about taking a step back, reflecting, reassessing, evaluating things, doing a little bit of soul searching to figure out what wish, what goal, what dream you're going to put in that candle that lights your path forward. So this can certainly indicate the beginning part of December and where you need to be at. So maybe there is something on your mind. Maybe there's some advice that you're seeking as well, because quite often this energy does come about as someone who is a little bit wiser, maybe older or more experienced in something than you, and they can maybe really give you some really great sage advice, if you will. All right, but this is where we do go to light our lantern, to light our path forward, and to get a vision of the direction that we want to head in or how we want something to transpire, right? So it's, it's where we are making those plans. And so in that energy there, you might find that you want to spend a little bit of time alone, or you might want to take things a little bit slowly, so that you know that you can make the right decision and that you are going to make the right decision for yourself. Now we do have the Magus coming in here as well, and this is the Magician. Beautiful. The Magician is you stepping into your power, trusting in yourself that you can create whatever it is that you want. It's your interpersonal power. It's your inner magic, your ability to manifest something into fruition. So some of you here with this energy, you have something that is opening up for you, some doors of opportunity opening up for you. You might need to be patient a little bit, but it can happen like all at once. Because that Magician, you have the resources at your disposal to create the life that you want. The Magus is a focus on your goals and your dreams and your desires. So don't take your eye off the prize. Focus on your goal and be ready for action when you need to take some action. All right. This can also certainly be a big reminder. Again, if you can envision it, you can create it. What does your career path look like to you? If you could have the perfect job, the perfect career with the perfect paycheck and all the outcomes, what does that look like? Is it running your own business? Creating that opportunity for yourself? Or is it maybe you want to partner up with a better company, maybe something that's a little bit more socially aware, or maybe something that gives back to the community, maybe something where there's like really good high morale in the company, or maybe where, something where you can take home some freebies, right? I've known some people that work at like Starbucks or something, and they might do it part-time, but they're like, hey, this is a part-time job. I get a little bit extra cash, and, I get a free pound of coffee a week, or I think they still do that. So, it be something like that, where you can, do something or have that little extra career boost somewhere or a financial boost somewhere, but you kind of get something back in return. So celebrate those little freebies. But certainly is wherever you focus, you will create, okay? Or you will find what you're looking for. And with the Chariot coming in here, this can certainly represent some travel, okay? I mean, we do have Mr. Father Christmas there on his reindeer. So this can certainly represent you driving yourself somewhere or traveling somewhere. And again, it can be for the holiday season. But the Chariot is about you. And this is where the stars are aligning for you. Your ambition, your drive, your determination, and the actions that you take are paying off. And you are very much headed in the right direction. So again, you get a clear vision, you get a clear sense of direction, and man, you have the ability to make change, to make progress, whatever it happens to be for you. Remember, keep your focus, keep your eyes on what you want. Don't waste time, don't waste energy focusing or looking at the things you don't want. There's no point, you don't want them, right? But the Chariot is a card of destiny as well, okay? So it's like there's something written in the stars for you, okay? So either you're getting back on your destined path or something is aligning for you in a wonderful way. Remember, you may need to seize an opportunity, seize a moment. Maybe there's something you really want and you've been waiting for it to go on sale. So you might be like kind of putting the money aside a little bit, and then it goes on sale and you're like, oh my goodness, I might need to drive to the next town over, but it's there, it's on sale. Or maybe you're waiting for something to come back in stock, but those stars are aligning for you. So it can be super exciting. And of course, the Chariot does bring confidence and success. All right, so it's an awesome energy. We've got this Six of Good Cheer coming here for you as well, and this is in your blessings position. Now, this is a pretty positive card for the most part. Anyway, it is the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups, we can be getting gifts. So you might have a gift headed your way, a sweet gesture, and this can be really putting a smile on your face. The Six of Good Cheer is also the blessing of tapping into your inner child or spending time with your children and your family and having fun. So it's a great energy there as well. But this can certainly be a card of second chances or something coming back around, because it can be a return card. And of course, at this time of year, we do tend to reconnect with friends and family. And so you could have a business opportunity that comes back around, or, maybe someone returns a favor, or they return some money that they borrowed or something, or you could have a return on investment. So we could certainly have a return. Something could pay off for you there. But this can also be a second chance at a career, at spearheading a project, something that can set you up for a better future, a better tomorrow, a job that you maybe didn't get the first time around, and maybe something even better opens up for you, or something opens up in the same company that you were looking at, right? That can happen too. So we can get some good things that happen. You could bump into an old colleague, right? Because sometimes people re-enter our lives with this energy. So you could bump into an old colleague, and maybe you get to chit-chatting with them, and you never know what might happen, right? Sometimes that's how we gain some successes in our life, by networking a little bit. All right. But this is an energy of being focused on the present, reflecting on the past, using your past experiences and lessons to look to the future and to make some plans for the future, and is a really positive aspect right here. So a little reflection is good. We don't want to live too much in the past or in regret or anything like that. We do want to look forward to the future, but we also want to really take stock of the present and enjoy where we're at. So your ability to enjoy and savor the moment is certainly a blessing for you there as well. We've got the Two of Canes as advice from Spirit. Okay, so you might need to make an important decision here, and the Two of Canes is the Two of Swords. So this can certainly show that maybe there's something you want, something you desire, something you want to work on, and you're not sharing it necessarily in this energy, right? The arms are crossed. It's like a little bit of a closed off energy. So it may be that you want to make your own decisions and you don't need or want anyone else's input. And this can certainly be, about your career path, or about starting your own business, or about where you spend or invest your money. It's like, I need to make my own decision. I need to make and live with my own choices, right? And so we don't always want to hear what someone else has to say, because sometimes it can be limiting, because they are expressing their limitations, their beliefs, right? And it's not always in alignment with where we are. This is a reminder as well to go within and trust your intuition. You might not need the answers or the direction or guidance from other people or from other resources, because that wisdom, the answers already lie within you. And there's that Father Christmas energy, the Hermit card, right? It's where we go within, we reflect, we do that soul searching, and then we find our answer, but it comes from within, right? So trust yourself and trust your intuition. But yes, you may have a little bit of a dilemma on your hand there with the Two of Canes. You might have multiple opportunities, multiple choices. So you might need to just take a step back and make a decision, gather all the information that you need, whatever it is that you need, and then make a choice with something. And it can literally be a choice of, do I talk about this subject, right? If I've got, money worries on my brain, do I talk with my significant other, or, do I talk to my boss, right? So sometimes we might need to have a conversation and we're trying to figure out, do I or don't I? Again, the between worlds energy right here, the back and forth, the indecision, okay? Or we're trying to figure out what's the appropriate time and how do we approach something in the way that we're going to actually have a proper conversation and not a conflict, right? So sometimes you need to bide your time just a little bit, okay? So just be a little bit aware of that. At the back of the deck for you, we've got the Three of Candles. It's beautiful. This is the Three of Wands. So this shows that there is something where once you make a decision, this is where those doors of opportunity may open up for you. The Three of Candles is quite often about waiting for an opportunity, waiting for your ship to come in, right? And it's also about getting a sense of direction, right? And once we know all of that, or once we recognize that opportunity, boom, we make a choice and we take some action and we move forward. This can represent a little bit of travel energy. So you might be traveling somewhere or making a decision if you can afford to travel somewhere, right? And of course, this time of year, we do make those trips, whether long or short, to find our connect with our family, to go to grandma's house for dinner, or decide whose house we're gonna go to, that kind of thing. And so you could be making a decision about where to go, and if you can maybe even afford it, right? So how do I make this work for myself? But remember, with that Magus energy there, the Magician, you have the ability there to make whatever work. You might just need to be a little bit inventive. All right. We have 888. I am abundant for you. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Eights are representative of infinite abundance, manifestation, and flexibility and adaptability. So those are all key for you there. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. I am abundant 888. All right. We also have here 1111. I am awakening. Wow. Okay. Wish fulfillment. Hello. Okay. Or remember, make a wish. The 1111 card is very much about new beginnings, a new sense of direction, new opportunities, new doors, or even taking something old and looking at it in a new way, right? Sometimes that can shift our perspective a little bit. But 1111 is also known as make a wish. Okay. So I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you to wake up to who you truly are. On that note, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, subscribe, especially that like button there, because it does let YouTube know that you enjoyed your reading. It also lets me know that, which is the most important for me. Drop a heart in the comments. I'll heart you back and we'll get all some wonderful energy flowing. But of course, if you like my content, consider subscribing to my channel as well. All free for you. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic December, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.